20 years ago, you had less than $1 million in market cap. Fast forward 20 years, you've been listed here with the New York Stock Exchange for 10 years. You have now grown this capital to over $4 billion.
Yeah, it was, in fact, we'd gone from roughly $1 million to say 750 million when we listed. And we've gone from 750 million in 2013, we're over 4 billion today, and we're still growing. And we've done that in a really volatile gold price environment. But we took the opportunity at the low price of gold to make acquisitions when nobody was really doing that. And we've subsequently turned those acquisitions into really profitable gold mines. And that's how we've continued to grow.
We talked about when you first started this company 20 years ago out of that bedroom, it was just you. You were the only employee. Now you've grown this company to over 2,000 employees. How does that make you feel, and what does it take to get to this place?
Well, it makes me think back to when, I was out job hunting, when I was, in my 20s, and there was a big recession on in the world in the early 80s. And I was just very grateful to get a job. My background wasn't in mining. I studied history and English literature at university, and I had no idea what I was going to do really, and I would have taken any job. I got a job in the mining industry, and I was very grateful just to have a job. And now, I provide over 2,000 jobs, direct jobs, and there's probably another 5 times as many jobs that exist because this company exists, because of all the wealth that we create and the multiplier effect of the job creation that Alamos provides. So that is an extremely satisfying feeling, and look, it all works. It all works because we have the rule of law in countries like Canada, the United States, and Mexico. We're all effectively trying to work towards a common goal, and that's to enrich our shareholders, but also to enrich the societies that we're a part of. And we couldn't do it without the New York Stock Exchange either. You need access to capital. Mining is a very capital-intensive business, and without the ability to raise capital to build those projects, we wouldn't be here.
And I love your story. It's truly the entrepreneurial story that is built on the American dream. And every day sometimes with an IPO, an entrepreneurial dream is realized here at the New York Stock Exchange. And for you to share your story, that's extremely special. And now to be here, ringing the opening bell, that's hugely significant, wouldn't you say?
It is. It's one thing to make it, but it's another thing to still be here 10 years later. We listed on the New York Stock Exchange in 2013. That was a very exciting moment, and there's no telling what's ahead. We were very optimistic, and our whole management team is very, very driven, very growth oriented. But 10 years after the fact, we are a richer, stronger company. We have more depth in our management group, more depth in our operations. Our reserves have grown dramatically. We had less than 2 million ounces of reserves going back to that point in time. And now we have over 10 million ounces in reserves alone and over 20 million ounces in reserves and resources. That is a dramatic growth driven by, our exploration team and some very astute acquisitions that we've made along the way. So, I look back at those 10 years since we originally listed, and the vision we had to grow the company has really been realized, and I'm just looking forward to the next 20 years.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Is there anything you would like to tell gold consumers?
Well, I don't know a guy out there that is going to lose if he buys his date or his loved one a beautiful piece of gold jewelry. You pick your choice. It's a ring, earrings. Everybody loves gold, and it makes beautiful jewelry. It looks good on everybody. So get out there and buy something nice for your sweetheart.
Well, we heard it here. We heard it here from the expert. Well, thank you so much, John, for being here today, and we look forward to having you back soon.
Thank you.